If you ask me about my perceptions about that well-known TED talk by Sir Ken Robinson about schools killing creativity, I would say that it is correct only in a very, very extremely peripheral linkage. It is not a new idea. A lot of researchers and educationists for a long time have been concerned about creativity in schools. There's a tremendous amount of research articles, even I myself have seen that. The problem is they have a very peripheral understanding about creativity. It is as if something equally present or present in everyone. That's a very democratic statement. It is like we say, there is movement of the hands in every human body. But to play tabla or play piano or violin or things like that, using the movement, it needs a considerable amount of training. And even with the training, everyone, even those who join for such programs, do not develop anything to relative mastery. Instead of schools, actually, it is the parents who kill creativity. Even that is only very partial. It is the parents that do not allow creative expressions to develop. And it is the parents who never train the movements of the hands of creative intellection in the children. Unless given, unless trained, human intellect will not develop anything at all. The evidence is the history of humanity, from the primitive to the modern. And even if you look at creativity from the conventional angle of writing poetry, doing painting, or skit, or music, dance, drama, and so on and so forth, which is actually the popular perception about creative expression. In fact, almost every school in the world, definitely more than 90% of schools in the world, only provided opportunities for children having those inclinations, those so-called creative engines in them. In that sense, only schools developed their creativity. There may be exceptional dancers and musicians and poets and painters who have never been to schools. That's a different issue. The extent that such children are in the schools, in fact, schools only provide the audience, the venue, the setting for them to develop it. But at the real level of creativity, when they think about it in the form of great dancers, great musicians, great poets, great leaders and managers and so on and so forth, the creative intellect competencies of thinking and attention and perception and conceptualization, then that can be trained never in a school setting. Because school is a democratic institution. All children are going there. Thousands of children in a classroom, in an average classroom, there are about 30 to 40 students. With what understanding of creativity Sir Ken Robinson or any other researcher in education claim that every child should be trained in creativity in the classroom? There are beautiful innovations recently introduced. How continuous assessment of children, train them to think, conceptualize and all. I suppose I see that in the mission statement of some of the schools, training the talents and all that. Who can do that? What kind of teachers can do that? Even if there are teachers, they can only teach the theory of creativity. It needs training. There is a fundamental lack of understanding in the world about the difference between teaching and training. Training can be done ideally only one-to-one, the trainer and the trainee. Okay, there can be maximum 10 students in a class. If they are to be trained in creativity, creative thinking, creative attention, creative perception and so on and so forth, even that the world has not been clear about, then there cannot be more than 9 students in a classroom. And what kind of a trainer can train that? So how many teachers, how many trainers they will employ in schools? Schools are perfectly alright. Schools are a system that serves a definite purpose of giving them informed about the various sciences and technologies that govern the survival sustenance of people. That is okay. Schools are meant for that. Instead, let there be trainers in every schools, at least, who take sessions on actual practical sessions on thinking and perception and observation, attention to details, for which, of course, I am suggesting a methodology. I have developed a methodology called the method of creative entelechy, a few parts of which are actually mentioned for the purpose of training managers in a book called Organization Entelechy, Creative Manager, Genius Leader, and Taoic Process. Even schools can purchase that. All those who do research in education, all those who are concerned about training children in creativity, even at school levels, to an extent, it can be in a way done if they use the methods of intellection described briefly in this book, available at Amazon.com. Thank you.